Good morning. So in last lecture, we discussed what is objective function and what are different components of objective function. Also, we discussed the constraint surface in two-dimensional design space. So many practical cases we discussed in last lecture. Okay. So today we'll discuss the next part of the same section. That is the selection of the objective function can be one of the most important decision in whole optimum design process. So in some situations, there may be more than one criteria to be satisfied simultaneously. So for example, a gear pair may have to be designed for minimum weight and maximum efficiency while transmitting a specified horsepower. So an optimization problem involving multiple objective function is known as multi-objective programming problem. Multi-objective programming problem. So with multiple objectives, there arises a possibility of conflict, and one simple way to handle the problem is to construct an overall objective function as a linear combination of conflicting multiple objective functions. See, if any case or for any example, if you have multiple objectives, then in such case, you divide that problem and you uh, construct an overall objective function as a linear combination. Okay, and design write a multiple objective functions. So if f1x and f2x denotes two objective functions, construct a new overall objective function for optimization. So as a fx equal to alpha 1 f1x and alpha 2 f2x. In this way, so f1x and f2x are two objective function. So using these two objective function, you design overall objective function as a fx, where alpha 1 and alpha 2 are constants whose values indicate the relative importance on one objective functions related to other. So in last lecture, we discussed one example. So design of gear, a gear train. So the accordingly strength, its width is important. According to strength, its weight is important. But what you require is that gear should have the sufficient parameters along with light in weight. If light in weight, then it will not give you the proper strength. So there should be proper strength. Also, it should be light in weight. Means you cannot adjust with size. So it should be of required size and shape, but light in weight with proper strength. Then means you have to again consider as a material. So for different factors or different variables, you can design for different objective functions, and at the end you can combine all these objective functions as a linear function. Okay, so the locus of all points satisfying f of x is constant form a hypersurface in the design space. So each value of c, that is constant, corresponds to different member of a family of surfaces. So this surface is called as objective function surfaces. In next figure we'll see that. So once the objective function surfaces are drawn along with the constant surfaces, the optimum point can be determined without much difficulty. But the main problem is that as the number of design variables exceeds 2 or 3, the constraints and objective function surfaces become complex even for visualization, and the problem has to be solved purely as a mathematical problem. See, this is a contour of objective functions for different surfaces, considering different objective functions. So having different constraints in different variables. Okay. So this is about single objective and multi-objective functions we discussed till date since last lecture and today's lecture. Okay, I will share these notes with you. So as now this is only theory. So once we start solving the problem, then you will understand in better manner. But anyhow, we'll first complete the basic of this optimization, and then we'll go for actual linear programming problems. So let us classify optimization problem. What are different types of optimization problems? So optimization problems can be classified in several ways. So power is off. So anyhow, I will close this camera so that we can save our power. Okay. Optimization problem can be classified in several ways as described. One is classification based on the existence of constraints, classification based on nature of design variables, classification based on physical structure of problem, based on nature of equations involved, based on permissible values of design variables, classification based on deterministic nature of variables, classification based on separable of the functions, and classification based on the number of objective functions. Okay, so in this way, in 8 ways, the optimization problems can be classified. So let us discuss one by one. So first case is classification based on the existence of constraints. So as indicated earlier, any optimization problem can be classified as constrained or unconstrained, depending on whether constraints exist in the problem or not. Okay. The first classification is based on constraint. If it is having some boundaries, some limitations, means such problem is under constraint. If there is no boundary, no limit, no restrictions, then it is unconstrained. Very rare cases there is unconstrained problems are there. In many problems are constrained only, as it has some conditions, some limitations. Then second classification is based on nature of design variables. So based on the nature of design variables encountered, optimization problem can be classified into 2 broad categories. The first category, the problem is to find values to a set of design parameters, minimum subject to certain constraint. Such problems are called as parameter or static optimization problem. These are called parameter or static optimization problems. This is the first category, in which the problem is to find values to set of design parameters that make some prescribed function of these parameters minimum, okay, parameter minimum subject to certain constraint. The second category of problem, the second category, in the second category of problems, the objective is to find a set of design parameters which are all continuous functions of other parameters that minimizes an objective function subject to set of constraints. Okay, here which are all continuous function. So is a second category. So this type of problem where each design variable is a function of one or more parameters and is known as trajectory or dynamic optimization problem. Means based on nature of design variables, the problems are classified as a parameter or static optimization problem, and second is trajectory or dynamic optimization problem. Okay, when we solve problems, then we will come to know that which type of dynamic and which is called as a static problem. In case of static problem, so the design parameters that make some prescribed functions. Okay, and here in case of second category, so which are continuous function of some parameters, means they are changing. Okay. Third classification. Classification based on physical structure of problem. So depending on the physical structure of the problem, optimization problem can be classified as optimal control problems and non-optimal control problems. So optimal control problem is a mathematical programming problem involving a number of stages where each stage evolves from the preceding stage in prescribed manner. So it is usually described by two types of variables: the control, that is control design, and the state variables. Okay, the control variable and state variable. Control variables define the system and govern the evaluation of the system from one stage to next. And the state variables describe the behavior and the status of the system in any stage. The problem is to find a set of control or design variables such as the total objective function. That is, the problem is to find a set of control or design variables such as the total objective function, which is also known as performance index. Overall, the stages is minimized subject to a set of constraints on the control or state variables. So this is about optimal control problem. And vice versa, which is not satisfying, it is called non-optimal control problem. Okay. So optimal control problem is a mathematical programming problem involving a number of stages where each stage evolves from preceding stage in a prescribed manner. And there are two types: one is control variable and another is state variable. Control variables defines the system and governs the evaluation of the system from one stage to the next stage. And the state variable describes the behavior and status of the system in any stage. Okay. So this is the third classification. Let us see the fourth classification of optimization problems, that is based on nature of equation involved. So that is nature of expression for the objective function and the constraint. According to this classification, optimization can be classified as linear, non-linear, geometric, and quadratic programming problems. So it is dependent upon nature of expression. First is linear, non-linear, geometric, quadratic programming problems. So this classification is extremely useful from the computational point of view, since there are many special methods available for the efficient solution of a particular class of problems. So thus, first task of designer would be to investigate the class of problem encountered. This will, in many cases, dictate the types of solution procedure to be adopted in solving the problem. See, our aim as a operation researcher or as a optimization technologist, so we must first understand the problem, identify the problem, define that problem, and then you can classify that problem, and then you can solve this problem. So you have to classify that problem. Either it is a linear, non-linear, geometric or quadratic problem. Once you come to know, then once you investigate the class of problem, then you can easily solve. So this will in many cases dictate the types of solution procedure accordingly to be adapted in solving the problems. Okay, this is classification based on nature of equation. So fifth classification is based on permissible values of the design variables. So depending on the values permitted for the design variable, optimization problems can be classified as integer and real valued programming problem. All of you know, you studied in school level what is integer and what are real values. Real values including zeros and negatives also. Integer means positive non-zero elements. So integer programming problem, if some or all of the design variables x1, x2, x3 to xn of an optimization problem are restricted to take on only integer or discrete values, the problem is called integer programming problem. म्हणजे नंबर ऑफ टीथ आपल्याला फाइंड आउट करायचे. नंबर ऑफ टीथ मध्ये -2 टीथ असणार का, 1.5 टीथ असणार का? नो. सो इट इज इंटीजर. ओके, सच प्रॉब्लेम्स आर कॉल्ड इंटीजर प्रोग्रामिंग प्रॉब्लम. बट इफ यू वांट टू स्पीड RPM, RPM, so it may be sometime 300.5, it may be. Okay, revolution पूर्णच रेव्होल्युशन झालं पाहिजे असं नाही ना. सो एका मिनिटामध्ये 300 रेव्होल्युशन कंप्लीट होतील असं नाही. समटाइम इट मे बी 299.5, समटाइम इट मे बी more. So on the other hand, if all the design variables are permitted to take any real value, the optimization is called real valued programming problem. Sometimes if reverse rotation is there, you can consider it as a negative, as action is negative. So negative values, the decimal values and all positive values are considered. Means all the design variables are permitted to take any real value. The optimization is called a real valued programming problem. Integer म्हणजे 0 च्या पुढे 1 2 3 4 the positive full value are called integer programming problem. 1 2 3 4 5 ते डेसिमल नाही चालत, निगेटिव्ह व्हॅल्यूज चालत नाही. आणि सगळ्या गोष्टींना जेव्हा अलो केला असेल, in such case it is called real value programming problem. Then optimization problems based on the deterministic nature of the variables. So based on the deterministic nature of the variables, see what optimization problem can be classified as a deterministic and stochastic programming problems. A deterministic algorithm means what? For example, if it is an algorithm, deterministic algorithm is an algorithm which, given a particular input, will always produce the same output, which the underlying machine always passing through the same sequence of steps. जे तुम्ही ज्या पद्धतीचे इनपुट देताय त्याच पद्धतीचं आउटपुट देताय. समजा तुम्ही आंब्याची बी लावलेली आहे, आंब्याचं झाड आहे हे सांगू शकता तुम्ही. ह्याला काय म्हणतात? डिटर्मिनिस्टिक म्हणतात. ओके, एखाद्या स्टुडंटला तुम्ही सांगितलं बाबा हा मेसेज दे आणि त्याने तोच मेसेज देतो हे तुम्हाला माहित असेल, तर तुम्ही काय म्हणू शकता? डिटर्मिनिस्टिक म्हणू शकता. बाबा त्याला सांगितलेलंच काम तो करेल. पण समजा तसं नसेल, तुम्ही एखाद्याला काम सांगितलं आणि तो तसं करत असेल, वेगळंच काय ते करत असेल, तर त्याला काय म्हणणार तुम्ही? So that is a different. Okay, so deterministic what means where you are giving a particular input will always produce same output with the underlying machine, which machine always passing through the same sequence of steps. Means all mechanical machines are deterministic. Means whatever you are raw material supplying, the same raw material is finished and that material is also only produced. Okay, so these are deterministic. So class of deterministic global optimization problems are linear programming problems, mixed integer linear programming problems, non-linear programming problems, mixed integer non-linear programming problems. So all these are comes under deterministic global optimization problems. The second classification is stochastic programming problem. Is an optimization problem in which some or all of the parameters are probabilistic. Probabilistic means non-deterministic or stochastic. Okay, मी सांगू शकत नाही, तुम्ही तेच आन्सर दिला सर. जनरली इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉम्पोनंट्स असतात, त्याचा रिझल्ट व्हेरिंग असतो. म्हणजे तुम्ही जे काही इनपुट द्या तेच आउटपुट येईल असं नाहीये, त्याच्यामध्ये लॉसेस पण असू शकतात, हिस्टेरिसिस असू शकतं. म्हणजे एक एक्झाम्पल म्हणून सांगतो तुम्हाला. सो दे आर प्रोबॅबिलिस्टिक. देन 7 classification based on separability of the functions. पण माझा आवाज येतो का सगळ्यांना? एम आय ऑडिबल?
येस सर.
ओके ओके. आणि स्क्रीन दिसते का सर्वांना? आज ना इथे थोडी लाईट गेलेली आहे, पण काही प्रॉब्लेम नाही. आपला प्रॉब्लेम, वी रिझॉल्व्ड अवर प्रॉब्लेम दॅट net is available also. Laptop is now working fine. Okay, but I am unable to present my slideshow. See, it is not active. Yes, आता हे पण ऍक्टिव्ह झालेलं आहे. नो प्रॉब्लेम. मगाशी हे चालत नव्हतं. ओके. So the classification based on separability of the function. So optimization problems can be classified as separable and non-separable programming problems. So whatever the basic theory part we are discussing right now, so this theory is applied for all topics which we are going to learn in lectures. Okay, याच्या पुढे जो काही आपण सिलेबस बघणार आहोत ते सगळीकडे आता ही थिअरी अप्लाय होणार आहे. आपण त्यामुळे बेसिक थिअरी बघत आहोत ना, ही माहिती असावी आपल्याला म्हणून. So optimization problems can be classified as separable and non-separable programming problems based on the separability of the objective and constraint functions. A separable programming problem is one in which the objective function and the constraints are separable and can be expressed as, so that expression we'll see later on. So what is important? So classification based on separable and non-separable programming. Okay, so अशा पद्धतीचे दोन पद्धतीचे क्लासिफिकेशन किंवा टाइप्स ऑफ ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह प्रॉब्लेम्स असू शकतात. The 8th one is classification based on number of objective functions. आता जस्ट आपण बघितलं सिंगल ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह फंक्शन and multi-objective functions. So depending upon the number of objective functions to be minimized or maximized, optimization problems can be classified as single objective functions or multi-objective programming problems. Okay, so this is a major classification of objective functions or optimization problems. Okay, first, when you see any problem, you just classify that problem under this category. म्हणजे ह्याच्यामध्ये कन्स्टेंट आहे का नॉन कन्स्टेंट आहे, कोणत्या टाइपचे डिझाइन व्हेरिएबल आहे, कोणत्या टाइपचं फिजिकल स्ट्रक्चर आहे, लिनियर आहे, क्वाड्रॅटिक आहे, जिओमेट्रिक आहे, कोणत्या टाइपचं इक्वेशन आहे, कोणत्या टाइपचं व्हेरिएबल आहे, is it separable or non-separable, it is single objective function or multiple objective function. Accordingly, first you classify your problem and then you can go for solution of that problem. Is it okay? So already we know what is optimization technique. Optimization technique comes under operation research. So here we are using some mathematical modeling and technique to minimize certain values or to maximize certain variables, certain values. For example, to minimize losses, to minimize the resource utilization, and to maximize profit or to maximize the production. So now we'll discuss the classical optimization technique. Classical optimization technique. So this is one of the method. The classical methods of optimization are useful in finding the optimal solution of continuous or differential functions. So these methods are analytical and make use of the techniques of differential calculus in locating the optimum points. Since some of the practical problems involve objective functions that are non-continuous and or differentiable, means non-continuous or non-differentiable, the classical optimization technique have limited scope in practical applications. So it has limited application, but we will discuss it as it is there in your syllabus. So there is a single variable optimization. A function of one variable f of x is said to have a relative or local minimum, that is x equal to x star, if f of x star is less than f of x plus h for all sufficiently small positive and negative values of h. Similarly, a point x star is called relative or local maximum if f of x is greater than or equal to f of x star plus h for all values of h sufficiently close to 0. So a function f of x is said to have global or absolute minimum at x star if f of x star is less than f of x for all x and not just for all x close to x star. So in the domain over which the f of x is defined, so here it is called a global or absolute minimum. So similarly, a point x star will be global maximum of f of x if f of x is greater than f of x for all x in the domain. So we'll see one example. So see here, relative and global minima. See, these are the function of x. Function of x means in formula if you write down value of x and x value is varying from the given limit. If it is integer 1 to infinity, and if it is a real, then minus infinity to plus infinity, any value of x. If you put that value x in that formula, then you will get curve, certain curve. Okay, you will get the nature of curve f of x. Okay. Then see here, a1, a2, a3, upper curve a1, a2, a3 are relative maxima. These are called relative maxima. आता ह्या तीन मॅक्झिमा मधलं सगळ्यात मॅक्झिमम कुठला आहे a2. सो a2 इज कॉल्ड ग्लोबल मॅक्झिमा. इट इज कॉल्ड ग्लोबल मॅक्झिमा. If the under curves are there, b2 and b1, b1 and b2, these are relative minima. Relative minima. आणि ह्या दोन्हीतलं सगळ्यात मिनिमम कुठला आहे b1 आहे. सो इट इज अ ग्लोबल मिनिमा. इट इज कॉल्ड ग्लोबल मिनिमा. सो relative minimum is also global minimum. In this case, relative minimum is also global minimum. Okay. So this is about the single variable, the classical optimization technique, then classification of optimization technique we discussed. Okay. Now we'll see some linear programming problem. Just I will stop recording right now and I will start new recording afterwards. Just wait for some time. Okay. In this lecture, we discuss the classification of optimization problem, also classical optimization problem and optimization technique. Okay. So we'll continue the next topic in this same lecture. Thank you.